I didn't plan on staying. That's the truth. The village wasn't on any map I recognized. I found it by accident. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. My car broke down on a narrow road somewhere deep between hills and dry fields. No signal. No houses. No sound except the wind brushing through tall grass. I walked for almost an hour before I saw it. A cluster of houses in the distance. Small. Old. Almost blending into the earth around them. Relief hit me instantly. Finally. But as I got closer, something felt off. No voices. No movement. No animals. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels unnatural. I stepped into the village slowly. Dust crunching under my shoes. Every house looked the same. Mud walls. Wooden doors. Small windows, all closed. Even though it was still daylight. That was the first thing I noticed. Every window was shut. Covered. Blocked from the inside. Hello? I called out. My voice echoed slightly. Then disappeared. No response. I walked deeper inside. That's when I saw the first person. An old man. Standing near a doorway. Watching me. He didn't wave. Didn't smile. Just stared. "Hi," I said, forcing a friendly tone. "My car broke down. Is there a mechanic nearby?" He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he looked at the sky. The sun was still high, but starting to move. Then he looked back at me. "You shouldn't be here," he said. His voice was dry. Flat. "I just need help," I replied. He stepped closer. Slowly. "You need to leave before sunset." My chest tightened slightly. "Why?" He didn't answer that. Instead, he pointed toward the road behind me. "Go." I frowned. "My car doesn't work." Silence. Then, a door opened behind him. A woman stepped out. Middle-aged. Face pale. Eyes tired. She looked at me. Then at the man. "He can stay," she said quietly. The old man's expression hardened. "No. He'll die out there," she replied. A long pause followed. Then the man sighed. "One night." He looked directly at me again. "One night. Then you leave." Something about the way he said it made it sound like a warning. Not an offer. "Okay," I said slowly. The woman gestured for me to follow her. As I walked past the man, he leaned closer and whispered something that made my stomach drop. "No matter what you hear." A pause. "Do not go outside after sunset." I swallowed hard. "Why?" He didn't answer. Just stepped back and closed his door. The woman led me into her house. The inside was simple. Small. Dim. Curtains already drawn. Even though the sun was still up. "You should sit," she said. I nodded. "Thank you. I really appreciate this." She didn't respond. Instead, she walked to the window and checked the edges of the curtain, making sure no light could get through. My chest tightened. "Is something wrong?" I asked. She stopped for a moment, then spoke quietly. "You came at the wrong time." I frowned. "What happens after sunset?" Silence. Then, she turned to me, and for the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. "They come." A chill ran through my body. "Who?" She shook her head. "You'll hear them." My stomach twisted. And if I don't go outside? You'll live. The way she said it was too certain. Too practiced. Like she had said it before. To someone else. I leaned back slowly, trying to process everything. This is just some village superstition, I said quietly. She didn't argue. Didn't explain. She just said one thing. Stay inside. Time passed slowly after that. The light outside began to fade. And something changed in the air. Not physically. But the atmosphere shifted. The village grew quieter. Doors closed. Locks clicked. One by one. Every house sealed itself. I stood near the window, peeking slightly through a small gap in the curtain. The street outside was empty. No one. Nothing. The last light of the sun dipped behind the hills. And the moment it disappeared, everything went completely still. No wind. No sound. No movement. Like the world itself had paused. My chest tightened. This is weird. Then I heard it. From outside. A sound. Soft. Footsteps. Slow. Walking through the village. My breath caught. Someone's out there. The woman grabbed my arm suddenly. Don't look. Her grip was tight. Painfully tight. They're not people, she whispered. My heart started racing. What? The footsteps stopped. Right outside the house. Silence. Then a voice. From just beyond the door. Soft. Calm. We know you're inside. My chest froze. That voice. It sounded human. Almost. But something about it was wrong. The woman's grip tightened even more. Don't answer, she whispered. The voice came again. Closer. We saw him come in. My blood ran cold. They know I'm here. Come outside. A pause. We just want to talk. My breathing became uneven. Who are they? I whispered. The woman shook her head slowly. Don't listen. Silence followed. Then something hit the door. Hard. Bang. I flinched. Another hit. Bang. The wood shook under the impact. They won't come in, she said quickly. They can't come in. But her voice didn't sound certain anymore. The banging stopped. Silence returned. For a moment. I thought it was over. Then a new sound. From behind me. Inside the house. A slow creak. Like a door opening. My heart stopped. The woman's grip went completely still. No, she whispered. I turned slowly. And saw it. The back door. Standing open. And something. Standing in the darkness beyond it. Watching us. Because in this village, they don't need to come from outside. The back door was open. Wide open. Cold air drifted inside slowly. Carrying something with it. A smell. Damp. Rotten. I couldn't move. My eyes locked onto the darkness beyond the doorway. Something was there. Standing just outside. Not stepping in. Just watching. The woman's grip on my arm tightened painfully. Don't look directly at it, she whispered. My breathing became uneven. What is that? Don't ask. Her voice shook slightly. That's how they start. My chest tightened. Start what? She didn't answer. The thing outside the door shifted slightly. A slow movement. like it was adjusting its position, trying to get a better view of us. Then it spoke. Soft. Calm. Why did you open the door? My blood ran cold. I didn't. Don't answer, the woman snapped quietly. I froze. The voice continued. You shouldn't have done that. It sounded closer now, even though it hadn't stepped inside. It's not safe out here. A pause. You should come out. My chest tightened. That sounds like someone you trust, she whispered. I nodded slowly. Yes. She shook her head. That's not them. The thing outside tilted its head slightly. The movement felt wrong. Too smooth. Too controlled. You don't recognize me, it said softly. My stomach twisted. For a second, I almost did. That voice. It felt familiar. Like something I had heard before. Then it spoke again. And this time, I recognized it. It sounded like my friend. From back home. My chest tightened instantly. No. It's me, the voice said gently. You know me. The exact same words. The same tone. My heart started racing. How does it know that? I whispered. It listens, she replied. It learns. The thing outside took a small step forward. Not into the house. Just closer to the doorway. You don't belong here, it said. Come outside. I'll help you leave. My breathing became uneven. For a moment, I almost believed it. That's what scared me the most. Don't listen, the woman said again. They can't come in unless you let them. My chest tightened. But the door is already open. She shook her head quickly. That doesn't matter. A pause. They need permission. The thing outside smiled. Slow. Unnatural. You already gave it, it said softly. The woman went still. My stomach dropped. What does that mean? She didn't answer. The silence stretched. Then suddenly, something moved behind me. Inside the house. A shadow. Fast. I turned instinctively. Nothing. The room looked the same. But the air felt different. Heavier. Did you see that? I whispered. Yes, she said quietly. My chest tightened. What was that? Her voice dropped lower. The one that got in. My heart skipped. No, nothing came inside. She slowly looked toward the back door. Then back at me. It doesn't always come through the door. A chill ran through my entire body. The thing outside laughed softly. You're starting to understand. My breathing became uneven again. Understand what? The voice answered immediately. There are two kinds. A pause. The ones outside. Another pause. And the ones already inside. My chest tightened painfully. No. The woman stepped back slightly. Her eyes scanning the room. Don't move, she whispered. Why? Because if it thinks you noticed. A pause. It won't pretend anymore. Silence filled the house. Heavy. Then. I heard it. A breath. Right behind me. My entire body froze. You shouldn't have come here, something whispered. Not from the door. Not from outside. From inside the house. From right behind my shoulder. My chest stopped. The woman's eyes widened slightly. But she didn't turn. She didn't move. Don't react, she whispered barely loud enough to hear. My hand started shaking. It's watching you. The breath behind me grew closer. Slower. Colder. "You're new," it whispered. My voice. Exactly my voice. My stomach dropped. "You don't know the rules yet." The thing outside the door smiled wider. "He will," it said softly. The two voices overlapped. Outside. Inside. Perfectly synchronized. "He will learn." The lights flickered once. And for a split second, I saw something in the reflection of the window. Standing right behind me. Not human. But trying to be. And smiling. Because in this village, they don't just wait outside. They wait for you. To notice them inside. I didn't turn around. Even though I could feel it right behind me. Breathing. Watching. Waiting. My body screamed at me to move. To run. To look. But I didn't. Because the woman hadn't moved either. She stood completely still. Eyes forward. Like she had done this before. "Don't react," she whispered again. My hands were shaking now. "It's still deciding." My chest tightened. "Deciding what?" I whispered. A pause. "If you're worth keeping." A chill ran down my spine. The thing behind me shifted slightly. I could hear its movement. Not footsteps. Something softer. Like skin brushing against the floor. "You smell different," it whispered. My voice. Perfect. Not like the others. The thing outside the door let out a soft laugh. "He hasn't been here long." The two voices again. Outside. Inside. Working together. My breathing became uneven. "What do they want?" I whispered. The woman didn't answer immediately. Then. "They want to stay." My stomach dropped. "Stay where?" She slowly glanced at me. Her eyes filled with something heavy. "In your place." My chest tightened painfully. "No." The thing behind me leaned closer. I felt something cold brush near my neck. "You wouldn't need it anymore," it whispered. My entire body locked up. The voice outside continued softly. "Just step outside. We'll take care of everything." My breathing became shallow. "They're lying," the woman whispered. "I know," I said quickly. But even as I said it, a small part of me wasn't sure. And that was enough. The thing behind me shifted again. Closer. "You're thinking about it," it whispered. My chest froze. "No." "You're curious." The tone changed slightly. More confident now. "That's how it starts." The woman suddenly stepped forward, grabbing my arm harder. "Move," she said quietly. "What?" Slowly. Toward me. My legs felt heavy. But I obeyed. One step. Then another. The thing behind me didn't stop me. Didn't touch me again. It just watched. As I moved away from it. "You'll come back," it whispered. I didn't answer. I didn't even breathe. The woman pulled me beside her, keeping me close. "Don't let it stand behind you again," she said. I nodded quickly. The thing inside the house moved. Not toward us, but sideways. Sliding along the wall. Staying just out of direct sight. Always at the edge. Always watching. "It doesn't like being seen fully," she whispered. "Why?" "Because then it has to choose a shape." My chest tightened. "And if it chooses?" A pause. "Then it becomes harder to tell it apart from us." The silence that followed felt heavier than before. I looked around the house. Everything seemed normal. Too normal. Have you seen it before? I asked quietly. She nodded once. Many times. And? Her voice dropped lower. Sometimes I still can't tell if it's gone. My stomach twisted. The thing outside the door suddenly knocked again. Knock. 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 Louder this time. More aggressive. Let us in, it said. The woman didn't even look at the door. They're losing patience, she whispered. Is that good or bad? Bad. My chest tightened. Why? She looked at me. Because when they stop asking. A pause. They stop pretending. The thing inside the house suddenly moved faster. A quick shift. From one corner to another. Too fast to follow. My heart jumped. Did you see that? Yes. What is it doing? A long pause. Then she said something that made everything worse. It's learning your shape. My blood ran cold. No. The voice behind us spoke again. But this time, it didn't sound like me anymore. It sounded like her. Don't worry, it said gently. Perfectly copying her voice. I'll take care of him. The woman froze. Her grip tightened suddenly. It's getting faster, she whispered. The thing outside laughed softly. He won't know the difference soon. My chest tightened painfully. Difference between what? Silence. Then both voices answered. Together. Between you and us. The lights flickered violently. And for a split second, I saw something impossible. Standing in the reflection again. Two of us. Me. And something beside me. Smiling the same way. Because in this village, not everyone is human. And the worst part is, you don't know when you stop being one. I couldn't stop thinking about what she said. They want to stay in your place. The words kept repeating in my head. Because now, I was starting to understand something worse. This wasn't just about surviving the night. It was about not being replaced. The thing inside the house stayed at the edges of the room. Always just out of full view. Always moving slightly when I tried to focus on it. Like it didn't want me to see its true shape. The one outside the door hadn't left either. I could feel it. Waiting. Listening. They don't give up easily, the woman whispered. I swallowed hard. How long does this last? A pause. Until sunrise. My chest tightened. That's hours. She nodded slowly. Yes. Silence filled the room again. Heavy. Uncomfortable. I tried to focus on something else. Anything. That's when I noticed something strange. On the wall near the door. Scratches. Faint. Old. But still visible. Words carved into the surface. I stepped closer. What is this? The woman turned quickly. Don't go near that. Too late. I was already reading it. We stay inside. So they stay out. My chest tightened. That doesn't sound right. She didn't respond. I looked at her. What does that mean? Silence. Then slowly, she said something that changed everything. It used to work. A chill ran through me. Used to. She nodded once. Before they learned. My stomach dropped. Learned what? Her eye shifted slightly. How to come in without being invited. My breath caught. That's not possible, you said they need permission. She looked at me again. They did. A pause. Not anymore. The thing behind us moved again. Closer. We adapt, it whispered softly. The voice wasn't fully hers anymore. Not fully mine either. Something in between. Something wrong. I stepped back quickly. So the rule doesn't work. She hesitated. Then shook her head slowly. It still matters. How? Because it slows them. My chest tightened. Slows them? She nodded. It makes them choose. A pause. Between outside and inside. The words felt heavy. And if they choose inside? Silence. Then. They stay. The realization hit hard. That means. She finished the sentence for me. Some of them never leave. My stomach dropped. You mean in the village? She didn't answer. But she didn't need to. Because at that moment, I remembered something. The way the old man looked at me. The way the houses were sealed. The silence. Not everyone here is real, I whispered. Her eyes met mine. Not anymore. The room felt smaller suddenly. Colder. More crowded. The thing behind us let out a soft laugh. You're starting to see it. My chest tightened painfully. How many? She shook her head slowly. I don't know. A pause. But I know this. Her voice dropped lower. Once they replace someone, they don't leave the house during the day. A chill ran through my entire body. They stay inside, pretending. My heart started racing. Pretending to be who? She looked directly at me. The ones they took. Silence filled the room again. Then I heard something outside. Not knocking. Footsteps. Multiple. Moving through the village. Slow. Coordinated. They're gathering, she whispered. My chest tightened. For what? She didn't answer immediately. Then. For you. My breath stopped. No. The thing inside the house moved again. Closer than ever. Right behind us now. We don't need all of you, it whispered softly. My body went cold. Just one. The knocking started again. But not just on our door. On multiple doors. All across the village. Knock. 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 Echoing. Spreading. Like a signal. My heart slammed against my chest. What is that? The woman's face went pale. They've decided. My stomach dropped. Decided what? She looked at me with something close to fear. Who they're replacing tonight? The thing behind us leaned closer. Its voice almost a whisper now. And it's you. The lights flickered violently again. And for a split second, I saw my reflection in the dark window. But something was wrong. It moved. Before I did. Because in this village, they don't choose randomly. They choose. The ones who notice too much. The knocking didn't stop. It spread across the entire village. Door after door. Window after window. Knock. 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 All at the same time. Like something was calling. And everything was answering. My chest tightened painfully. They've chosen me. The woman didn't deny it. She just stepped back slowly. Then you don't have much time, she said. My breathing became uneven. What do I do? She hesitated. And for the first time, she looked unsure. There is one way. A pause. But it's worse. My stomach dropped. Worse than this. She nodded slowly. Yes. Silence filled the room again. You leave. My chest tightened. Leave. She looked toward the door. Go outside after sunset. A chill ran through my entire body. That's suicide. Not always. I stared at her. What does that mean? Before she could answer, a new voice came from the door. Weak. Broken. Don't listen to her. My heart skipped. That voice. It sounded human. Real. I made that mistake. The woman froze instantly. No, she whispered. I stepped closer to the door. Who is that? Someone who went outside, the voice replied. My chest tightened. You survived. A pause. Then. Not exactly. My stomach dropped. The woman grabbed my arm again. Don't talk to it, she said sharply. It's not one of them, I said quickly. It sounds different. She shook her head. They can do that too. The voice outside spoke again. She's right about one thing. A pause. They're inside already. My chest tightened. Then what do I do? Silence. Then. You don't stay here. The woman's grip tightened painfully. Stop talking, she snapped toward the door. But the voice ignored her. This house isn't safe anymore. I looked at her. Is that true? She didn't answer. And that silence said everything. My heart started racing faster. Then where do I go? The voice answered immediately. Away from the village. My chest tightened. You just said going outside is worse. It is, the voice replied. A pause. But staying guarantees it. The words hit hard. I looked around the room. The corners. The shadows. The movement just out of sight. The thing inside hadn't left. It was still here. Watching. Waiting. You don't have much time, the voice said again. Once they all come. A pause. You won't get a choice. The knocking grew louder. Closer. Like something was pressing against every door at once. My chest tightened painfully. What happens outside? I asked quietly. Silence. Then the answer. The village isn't the boundary. A chill ran through me. What do you mean? This place. A pause. Is just where they gather. My breath stopped. Outside. Another pause. Is where they come from. The air felt heavier instantly. Colder. Darker. The woman shook her head quickly. Don't believe that. I looked at her. Why not? Because if you go out there. Her voice dropped lower. You won't come back the same. Silence. The thing inside the house moved again. Closer. Now standing just a few steps behind us. He won't come back at all, it whispered softly. The voice outside responded. That's better than staying. My head started spinning. Two voices. Two choices. Both wrong. Both leading somewhere worse. The knocking suddenly stopped. All at once. Complete silence. My chest tightened instantly. Why did they stop? The woman's face went pale. Because they're done asking. A cold wave ran through my body. The door handle began to move. Slowly. Turning. On its own. My breath stopped. They can't come in, I whispered. Her voice shook. Not before. A pause. Not before one of us lets them. The handle stopped turning. Then. A new sound. From behind us. Inside the house. Footsteps. Slow. Approaching. The thing inside stepped closer into the dim light. And for the first time, I saw it clearly. It looked like me. Same face. Same body. Same eyes. But the smile was wrong. You don't need to go anywhere, it said calmly. My voice. Perfect. I'll take care of everything. The voice outside spoke one last time. Urgent now. Run. Silence followed. The door went still. The room felt like it was closing in. And for the first time, I understood the truth. There was no safe choice. Only two endings. Stay. And lose myself. Or leave. And face whatever waits beyond. The thing in front of me took one step closer. You already belong here, it said softly. My chest tightened. And my feet started moving. Toward the door. Because in this village, you don't choose to leave. Something chooses for you. My feet moved before I could stop them. Toward the door. Slow. Controlled. Wrong. Run, the voice outside repeated. The thing in front of me smiled wider. Stay. Two choices. Same ending. I grabbed the handle. It was cold. Too cold. Like it had been waiting. The woman grabbed my arm one last time. If you go out, don't look back. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because something inside me wanted this. The door opened. Cold air rushed in. Thick. Heavy. Not like normal night air. The village outside was darker than it should have been. No moon. No stars. Just shadows stretching across the ground like they were alive. I stepped out. The moment my foot touched the ground, everything behind me went silent. No voices. No movement. No knocking. Like the house had let me go. I didn't look back. I walked forward. At first, it felt normal. Just a village at night. Empty streets. Closed houses. But the further I moved, the more wrong it became. The houses looked different. Taller. Thinner. Like their shapes were stretching upward. The paths between them felt longer than before. And the silence. It wasn't empty. It was watching. I kept walking. Faster now. Don't stop, the voice said somewhere ahead of me. I couldn't see who it belonged to. But I followed it anyway. Because stopping felt worse. Then I saw someone. Standing in the middle of the road. A man. Thin. Pale. Barely moving. You made it out, he said. His voice sounded weak. Real. I slowed down slightly. Are you the one who spoke earlier? He nodded. I told you not to stay. I looked back instinctively. Then stopped myself. No looking back, I whispered. He watched me carefully. Good. You're learning faster than I did. My chest tightened. What happens now? Silence. Then. Now you see the truth. The ground beneath my feet felt soft. Too soft. Like it wasn't solid anymore. I looked down. And my breath stopped. It wasn't dirt. It wasn't road. It was moving. Slowly. Like something beneath it was shifting. I stepped back quickly. What is this? The man didn't move. This isn't a village. My chest tightened painfully. It's a place they built. For what? A long pause. To collect us. A cold wave ran through my body. I looked around again. The houses weren't houses anymore. They were shapes. Shells. Hollow. And inside them, I could feel something. Not see it. Feel it. Watching. Waiting. They learn us here, the man continued. Our voices, our faces, our movements. My breathing became uneven. Then they replace us out there. My chest stopped. Out there. He nodded slowly. The real world. Silence slammed into me. No. You think this is isolated, he said quietly. It's not. A deep, distant sound echoed through the darkness. Like something massive shifting. Far beyond the village. I turned slightly. Then froze. In the distance. Something moved. Something enormous. Not walking. Sliding. Across the horizon. My heart slammed violently. What is that? The man didn't answer immediately. Then. That's where they come from. The ground beneath us shifted again. Stronger this time. I stumbled slightly. We're standing on it, he added. My breath stopped completely. What? He looked down. This whole place isn't built on land. A low sound rose beneath us. Like breathing. Slow. Deep. Ancient. The ground pulsed once. Then again. My legs almost gave out. No, no. It's alive, he said. Everything clicked at once. The silence. The movement. The way nothing felt solid. This wasn't a village. It was something pretending to be one. And we were inside it. The man stepped back slowly. This is as far as I go. My chest tightened. What do you mean? He shook his head. I never left. A chill ran through me. I just learned to walk further than the others. Before I could respond, he smiled. Wrong. Familiar. Too familiar. Your turn now. My heart dropped. No. His face shifted slightly. Not fully. But enough. Like something underneath was moving. You didn't think I was still me, did you? I stepped back instantly. The ground pulsed again. Stronger. Closer. And from the darkness ahead, more shapes started to form. Walking toward me. Slow. Human-shaped. But not human. You came out on your own, they whispered together. That makes it easier. My breathing broke. There was nowhere left to run. Because now I understood. Leaving the house was exactly what they wanted. They kept coming closer. Slow. Calm. Certain. Not chasing. Not rushing. Like they already knew I couldn't escape. You understand now, they whispered together. My chest felt tight. Breathing uneven. Stay back, I said, but my voice sounded weak. Wrong. One of them stepped forward. It looked exactly like me. Same face. Same eyes. Same movements. Only the smile didn't belong. You left the house, it said softly. That means you chose. I didn't choose anything, I snapped. It tilted its head slightly. You always do. The ground beneath me pulsed again. Stronger. Slower. Like a heartbeat. I stepped back, but there was nowhere to go. Every direction looked the same now. Endless dark. Endless shapes. Endless watchers. This isn't real, I whispered. The thing smiled wider. It's more real than where you came from. My chest tightened. No. Out there, it continued, we were you. Silence hit hard. What? Your voice. Your face. Your life. My breathing stopped for a second. And no one notices. A cold wave ran through me. They will, I said quickly. Someone will notice. The others laughed softly. Not loud. Not mocking. Just certain. They never do. The ground shifted again. This time, it dipped slightly. Like something underneath was moving closer to the surface. I stumbled, barely keeping my balance. What is this place? The thing in front of me answered. A door. I froze. Between where you live. A pause. And where we come from. My chest tightened painfully. And now? Silence. Then. Now you stay. The shapes around me moved closer. Forming a circle. Closing me in. I turned quickly, trying to find a gap. There wasn't one. My reflection stood in front of me again. Closer now. Too close. You don't need to fight, it said softly. You're already tired. I could feel it. That was the worst part. My body felt heavy. Slow. Like something inside me was fading. Just rest, it whispered. My vision blurred slightly. No. You've done enough. Its hand lifted slowly, reaching toward my face. I tried to move. Couldn't. Tried to step back. Nothing. My body didn't listen anymore. It's easier this way. Its fingers touched my cheek. Cold. Still. And everything stopped. No sound. No movement. No ground. Just darkness. Then. Light. I opened my eyes. I was standing inside a house. The same house. The woman was there. Looking at me. Relieved. You're okay, she said quickly. My chest rose slowly. Yeah. My voice sounded normal. Everything felt normal. Too normal. What happened? She asked. I looked at her. Tried to remember. There was something. Something important. But it slipped away. Nothing, I said. She studied my face for a moment. Then nodded slowly. Good. Silence filled the room. Then. A knock came from the front door. 3 times. Knock. 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 She froze instantly. Don't answer, she whispered. I turned toward the door. My heart felt calm. Too calm. The voice came from outside. Soft. Familiar. It's me. The woman grabbed my arm. Don't. But something inside me moved. Slowly. Naturally. Like I had done this before. My hand lifted. Reaching for the handle. No, she whispered. But I didn't stop. Because now? The voice outside didn't sound wrong. It sounded perfect. And for some reason, I wanted to open the door. Needed to. My fingers wrapped around the handle. Cold. Still. And behind me, the window reflected something. 2 figures. Her. And me. Smiling. The same way. Because in this village, they don't chase you forever. They don't need to. Once you leave, you always come back. And this time, you're the one who lets them in.